Outside is presented by CVA. It's just a better gun.
Hello again, everyone. I'm O'Neil Williams, and welcome to our program. Let's go turkey hunting. It's time for that, and I've got some to show you. I'm hunting with a muzzle loader, and some kind of unusual things happen you're going to get a kick out of during this hunt. But the eastern wild turkey's tough enough already, but let's invite Travis Johnson to go after them with a bow. What do you say? 2 turkeys today on O'Neil Outside, brought to you by CVA. We've been in the blind now just almost an hour. 2 hens came through, and lo and behold, without a single sound, comes a nice long beard. Walked right through the food plot. He crossed the creek and went up the other side. Could I have shot him? Yes, I could. Just something about, that's the first ones I've seen. And I may be a real knucklehead. I just didn't want to shoot the very first one I've seen. I want this hunt to last a little longer than 20 minutes. We heard the first gobbler at 7:30, and he walked in at 10 minutes till 8. So let's just hunker down, wait it out. If another one comes in, okay, I'll shoot it. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Now, will a gobbler cross the creek? He sure did.
O'Neil Outside, brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Bill Jordan's Realtree, family, friends, and the outdoors. Loyal Pet Food for a lifetime. And XGO, the first layer of defense. O'Neil here with a new comfortable base layer for outdoorsmen. It's called XGO. You may know about it already. It's been used by the military for over 10 years, and if it's right for them, it's certainly right for us. The Acclimate Dry Moisture Wicking technology keeps you warm, comfortable, and dry under any conditions, while AG47 Silver controls scent-causing bacteria. XGO, 100% made in the USA and only available at ProXGO.com outdoors.
CVA's new Accura MR. Its premium Bergara barrel guarantees it to be the most accurate muzzleloader you've ever shot. Or your money back. Visit CVA.com for details.
In my career, I've learned a thing or two about having the right equipment and a great crew. I've also learned how great it is to do the things you love. That's why I'm happy to be part of the Bass Pro family, because a name you can trust, people who stand behind you, and the equipment you can count on mean everything to me. Bass Pro Shops, where commitment, passion, and the great outdoors all come together.
You own guns, here's a protection system you've just got to have. Gun Protect. It inhibits rust at the molecular level. How? The cloak emits a vapor to create a corrosion-inhibiting skin that attaches to all metals and locks out corrosion. Gun Protect cloaks are designed for your long guns and for your handguns. There's even a cloak to protect your ammo. Use Gun Protect at home or in the field. Gun Protect, total protection at the molecular level.
GearOneWheels.com is your source for muscle car wheels. Classic styles in original and modern sizes. And now available 17-inch 5-spoke and snowflake wheels as low as $199 each. Update your muscle car now. Visit GearOneWheels.com.
one in front with a long beard. Unless I knocked him in the creek, I missed him. Unless I shot him and he fell in the creek, I think I missed him.
We'll get back to O'Neill's hunt after a quick tip from CONUS.
You and I have talked about this on many occasions, and I've said before the biggest mistake the turkey hunter makes is he calls too much. Well, let's set that aside just for a minute. There's something else that you need to be mindful of. An old friend of mine, Roscoe Reams, he says it over and over again, and I've adopted the saying, patience kills turkeys. I've killed just as many turkeys at 10:30 and 11 o'clock and 12 as I have at 7 o'clock. Patience kills turkeys. Sit there, be still, and call quietly. You'll take some turkeys mid-morning and up into the afternoon. And that's your CONUS tip of the week.
From our friends at Record Rack, Sportsman's Choice offers 2 fish food products. Floating catfish nuggets for adults and fingerlings, trophy fish for bass and bluegill with pond balancing technology. Both high in protein, highly digestible, and fortified with vitamins. Sportsman's Choice products ensure your fish are getting the nutrition they need, and the kids will catch bigger fish that have them smiling. Check out the full line of fish, deer, and elk products at sportsmanschoicefeeds.com.
These are our Powerbelt Platinum bullets, designed especially for Magnum charges. Platinums provide optimal on-game performance at higher velocities, making them the perfect choice for shooters who use a Magnum charge. The 270 grain Powerbelt Platinum, just one of over 40 different Powerbelt bullets. Find out which one's best for your gun, game, load, and distance. Go to PowerBeltBullets.com. Powerbelt, America's #1 muzzleloading bullet.
You hear that? That's a cardinal. That's his call. And when you're on your turkey hunts, that's the first bird you will hear in the morning. It's the cardinal. Do not call until you hear him. He wakes everything up. After he calls, then you can make your first call. If you get a response, you're on your way. That reminds me of all the things that we can do individually and many times corporately to protect avian species. For instance, Georgia Power has an avian protection program. When they're building power lines, erecting the towers, clearing the land, they always keep in mind and provide programs and methods of construction that minimize the effect on avian species. So that when you're in a power line cut off or you're close to one of those power lines and you hear the cardinal, then you know it worked.
Let's recap. This is O'Neill's first hunt of the 2013 turkey season. He passed up a shot on the first tom that came in. Then, a few minutes later, he missed big time when a larger tom came into range. So O'Neill had no choice but to come out of the woods and sight that muzzle loader in.
Okay, I'll be right back. Here's my little makeshift target. That's the hole I drew. About the size of a turkey. He's supposed to draw feathers. I missed everything. I had a good rest. Evidently it was about a week ago, and my gun was leaning up against, I was repacking, gun was leaning up against my desk. And we're moving and things like that, and I knocked it off and it fell over on the floor. I didn't get home till about 8 o'clock last night, and it was pouring down rain, so I didn't get a chance to sight in, and cost me a bird. I'm gonna move this in closer and get resighted. Okay, I've walked it in. Look, the first 2 shots were out here somewhere, and then I walked it all the way in, and there's my last shot. So I'm good now. As you can see, it took me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shots. Here comes Travis. Let's see what he's got. I'm trying to sight in, man. I was way off.
But change over and start
When,
shooting a bow, then
When I knocked the gun over the other day in the office when I was carrying that stuff and I hit it and knocked it over on the floor, evidently it knocked the scope off. I was off at 15 yards. I was off 8 inches. So that means at 100, I was off 4 feet.
oh, every bit of it.
So
Well,
I
tell you,
missed.
Look, the bow was not off at 15 yards.
Let's see what you got. What do you have here, sir? Good for you.
You looking for one of those?
You betcha. Oh yeah, you betcha.
Hey, I'm talking.
Oh, now
got it.
this are you gonna clean him because we need him for the big green egg?
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna cook him up. He's not messed up or anything. But look, he was roosted. He was roosted like 20 or 30 yards behind the blind, and we got in. It was daylight. I started putting the decoy up. I looked up. I said, "Uh-oh." There was 15 birds looking at me, and they just flew down and walked right in. I shot him at 7:15.
No kidding.
I was done. I just stayed in there waiting on to hear if you shot or not. I didn't want to foul you up, but he walked in. There was I saw 2 of the biggest jakes I've ever seen. I thought they were full-grown toms with beard rot.
Look at that, boy. They're pretty, aren't they?
Let's go back and see how Travis got his gobbler.
We're straight up covered up in turkeys. Minutes in the state. We came in, set up the decoys. I look up and there's like 10 or 15 birds I can see behind the blind. Man, I tell you what, I didn't know how good a morning this was gonna be. When we got here, we're in Oglethorpe County, Georgia. It was 39 degrees. 39 degrees and the wind blowing 35 miles an hour. Is what it felt like. It was probably 20 or something like that. I thought the birds were gonna be blown out of the tree. My blind was gonna be gone and everything. But look, it happened 5 minutes. I mean, we sat there 10 minutes at the most. Got in, went to put out the decoys, and I looked up. My cameraman Dakota was getting in the blind. I looked up, I said, oh man, this is not good. There was like 10 turkeys in the tree right behind the blind. How we didn't spook them, I don't know, because they were looking right at me. Look at that. That's not too shabby. Good beard on him. I thought the the other two birds that were with him, they wound up being jakes. I thought they were full-grown toms. I've never seen a jake that big. That right there is a pretty bird. Pretty bird. Look at it. Look at that. That's what it's about right there. Beautiful. Ow, and I just stabbed myself with a broadhead.
We'll see how the rest of O'Neill's hunting day went after this week's outdoor cooking recipe.
The fabulous way to end up your spring turkey hunt with Parmesan wild turkey breasts. Cover the breast with egg white, put them in Italian breadcrumbs. And I'll tell you what, you're just not going to realize until you try this the difference using natural charcoal on the big green egg. What a difference it makes. That's the only thing about an egg. Once you give it a try, you'll want to cook everything on the egg. All right, now put them in here at 400 degrees for 30 minutes, and then there's one more step. Take a look. Indirect heat, 400 degrees. Part 2, turkey breast Parmesan. About 30 minutes. Do it like this. If a little's good, a lot is better. Finish it up with the Parmesan cheese. That's the marinara. It makes a mess, but oh, it's so good. Give me 5 more minutes. Finish up the hunt right. Wild turkey breast Parmesan on the big green egg. Go to the websites for the recipes. You'll love them.
We duck hunt every day. Sometimes, though, we disagree on where.
Where are we hunting today?
Lake Bladder. Sometimes we disagree on when to shoot. Cut 'em!
Or when to say cut 'em.
You boys too slow. One thing we do agree on, we all wear Realtree camo.
Realtree Extra.
Max 4.
Hey, we can't even agree to disagree.
Here, son, spray some of this. Now try it.
Hey, that works. I'm out of here.
You should. LQ5 Hunter Grade Lubricant. It is the very best you can use. It lasts and lasts because it doesn't oxidize. It prevents rust. It doesn't gum up in any kind of weather. Go to lq5performance.com, find out about it and how to order. It's all I use.
The CVA Acura V2 with its premium Bergara barrel. The Acura is guaranteed to outshoot any other muzzleloader or your money back. Visit CVA.com for details.
Year1Wheels.com is your source for muscle car wheels. Classic styles in original and modern sizes. And now available 17-inch 5-spoke and snowflake wheels as low as $199 each. Update your muscle car now. Visit Year1Wheels.com.
It's for those who get up early on weekends and those who'd rather rough it than take it easy. It's for those who know it's not just a sport, but a way of life. The new Food Saver Game Saver vacuum sealing system keeps food fresh up to 5 times longer with a rugged design and 12-volt adapter cord for easy use in the field, ensuring your game and fish is fresh when you need it. The Food Saver Game Saver vacuum sealing system. Fielded fresh, sealed fresh.
For precision shooting, O'Neill relies on Konus scopes. The Konus Pro 550 long range and the 275 black powder scopes have a ballistic reticle and are calibrated with the most popular centerfire and black powder loads. Plus, lateral points compensate for crosswinds. Konus Pro scopes are famous for the durable engraved reticle system and the Konus lifetime replacement warranty. Konus Pro 550s and 275s. Shoot like a pro. Konus, watch your game.
There's more O'Neill Outside coming up. But first, let's thank our sponsors. Konus Scopes and Spotting Scopes. Watch your game. Liquifix LQ5 Hunter Grade Lubricant. The Food Saver Game Saver Vacuum Sealing System. Hodgdon Powder, the gunpowder people. And Gun Protect. Lock out corrosion at the molecular level.
Time for the CVA guest book this week from Scott Black in Asheville, North Carolina. He writes in his CVA muzzleloader he's using a patch and round ball. He says he's not as accurate as he wants to be. What kind of bullet should he change to? Scott, the Powerbolt bullet. Once you make that change, you're gonna drive tax with that CVA. Tell you what, let's send you a CVA Wolf model muzzleloader. You'll have two. And if you'd like to win a CVA Wolf, go to o'neilloutside.com. If we use your comment on the air, CVA will send to you a brand spanking new muzzleloader. You will notice in a few minutes that I'm in exactly the same place I was earlier this morning when I missed that one. I'm going to sit out front this time. I'm in the same spot. I'm going to put out decoys this afternoon. I expect it to be another drove of turkeys. Even if it's the same one, listen, they don't know what. I pulled the trigger and I shot one and it startled them. But, you know, I sat there for a few minutes. They don't associate that with a person. They don't know what a shot is. They just know that something happened and they've probably already forgotten it. If the hens come back, there'll be gobblers following them. Now, number two, I am using a muzzleloader. It's legal in Georgia to use a muzzleloader. I'm using a 50 caliber muzzleloader with a scope. Now, where you hunt, you may not be able to do that, but you certainly can in Georgia. I'm sighted in now, so if one comes out in that food plot, if I miss, it's not the gun's fault, it's O'Neill's. Okay, there's two hens across the creek about 1 o'clock, right over the decoys. 3. Yeah, there's 3. Okay, there's first gobbler. If it's 3 gobblers, it's the one I missed this morning. One that's to the far right, going out there by himself. If you got him, whistle. Okay. Now, the thing to do is just sit still and let him leave. Okay, he's never moved a feather. I didn't answer a single call. How about that? 50 caliber Apex, shot him at 40 yards. And let's see about that beard. Where are you, beard? Where are you, beard? I shot the beard off. Look, here's the beard back here. Now, I've never done that. Look at there, shot the beard right off, a big 10-inch beard. Well, 9-inch. And he's got nice spurs. It's about a 3-year-old bird. Think about muzzle loading for your turkey. It'll work out for you. And just like my old friend Roscoe Reams, my very favorite turkey hunter, said, and it was so demonstrated by today, this morning when I missed, and we came back to the same group of turkeys, the same drove. Patience kills turkeys. Absolutely. I'm going to take this breast out and we'll cook it on the big green egg.